Hello everyone, my name is Ethan and this is my Project B Your Journal Part 2 video. Definition of creativity. After reading the modules, I learned that Stefan Buma's definition of creativity is problem solving with relevance and novelty. Relevancy means actually solving the problem, while novelty means solving a problem in an original way, or in a way that isn't what's expected or has been done before. Before taking this class, I didn't see creativity as problem solving, but more as just using my imagination and ideas to create something in an original way. Most surprising myth. After listening to the Creative Life podcast and hearing David Burkus talk about the myths of creativity, the myth that most surprised me was the breed myth. This myth states that creative people are born that way and that you are either creative or you're not. I was surprised by this myth because I've always thought that people who are creative just had the creative gene and were naturally creative when they were born. I never really considered creativity as something that could be taught or learned. Creativity is important to companies. Creativity is important to companies and organizations because companies who are creative are more successful than companies that aren't. Companies want employees who can think of creative solutions to problems. When businesses urge employees to be creative, it is a way to motivate them to excel in the company. For example, Apple is a company that is full of creativity. They encourage their employees to think different, which has given Apple a competitive advantage. In fact, Apple is considered one of the most innovative and creative companies because of its vast amount of creativity. In addition, Google is another company that highly encourages creativity among their employees. Google hires people that are curious and like to learn, make sure their employees feel safe taking risks and trying new things, and Google allows their employees to define their own work as much as possible. Two common approaches to creative thinking include divergent thinking and convergent thinking. After reading the modules and the required chapters in the book Creativity Rising, I learned that divergent thinking is known as a broad search for many diverse and novel alternatives. It is creating options without evaluating them. Convergent thinking is known as a focused and affirmative evaluation of novel alternatives. It's applying judgment to determine which of the options that were generated are the most appealing. This is the part of creative thinking where we are narrowing down in order to select options, ideas, and solutions. I like to think of myself as more of a convergent thinker because I often try to solve problems with just one solution. However, I also sometimes use divergent thinking to think outside the box, get creative, and think of new, innovative ideas. One real-world example of the creative change process is the iPhone. Before the first Apple iPhone came out in 2007, most people used flip phones or some other simple mobile phone to communicate with others. However, the iPhone brought a whole new type of cell phone that was touchscreen, could access the internet, and even had an app store. The impact of the iPhone was tremendous, and its numerous features made it convenient for users to FaceTime friends, navigate to their destination, or find something on the internet. Today, over 45% of people around the world own an iPhone. Apple has sold more than 1.5 billion iPhones since 2009. I'm really enjoying continuing to learn more about creativity and creative thinking. I look forward to learning more throughout the remainder of this course. If you're interested in seeing my sources, they are listed on this slide.